नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धे भवतु मे सदा वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं Yes, Namaskar and Suprabhatam, everyone. This is our first session of Gita Manan. It is taking ahead our Bhagavad Gita study. Recently, one workshop was completed, and some participants from that workshop, especially, I think, specifically Rahul ji, had suggested that we continue our Abhyas of the Gita. So, we formed this every Saturday morning study of the Gita. The topic is Gita Manan only. So we are open to the entire world of the Gita and also whatever related to sadhana, if we want to look at it in light of Gita or any other questions related to some specific part of Bhagavad Gita which we want to recover. I mean, revisit. We could do that. So let us begin. I think Anjali ji had shared a question. I would request Anjali ji to ask that, and from there we will take it. There's no specific design that we will have to follow right now. We will go impromptu only. Yes, please. Yes, Dr. Tanvi ji. And Dr. Tanvi ji is from a previous batch. We have, I think, members from different batches today. I think let us take it ahead. Looking forward every Saturday. This it will
Yes.
be a nice opportunity for me also to study the Gita with such a learned group. Yes, please. Yes, ji.
Hari Om. We come across dharma, the word dharma in
Ji.
Gita so many times. But what Krishna says that we need to know our swadharma, and
Okay.
following our swadharma is better than following somebody else's, the
Hmm.
duty that
Yes.
somebody else's
Imposes upon us.
imposes upon us, right?
Yeah.
So. So but many but it is very difficult for us to understand what our swadharma is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ji.
So
So,
yeah.
in that light, we will just look at it in two ways. One is what is Krishna's Gita. I think Rahul ji wants to add something. Yes, sir.
Yes, a connected question to this. The
Okay,
word
sir.
dharma, swadharma, and karma. You know
Ha,
what?
okay.
What is the distinction between these three things? Very clearly, if one can understand. Yes.
Yeah. Akaranta is the common for all those Swadharma, karma, and that is the common thing we can say. The third one is dharma, isn't it? Dharma, karma, and swadharma. All right,
Correct.
sir. Ji, sir. So we'll just look at first the Bhagavad Gita's part so that we just get a background of what Krishna has told in the Gita, and then we will discuss how we can look at it in our everyday life. Because I think it won't be wrong to say Kshetrajnas of various Kshetras. So we will hear the supreme Kshetrajna from the Gita, and then let us get the insight of everyone. So initially, Krishna tells Arjuna what is his Swadharma because Arjuna has forgotten it. He's also confused what his dharma is. He's also confused what should be his karma in the face of the situation where he's probably having an anxiety attack, looking at his own people going against him. It is sometimes very difficult because we all have certain ideals in our head. We all have some, like archetypes. We create some, even if person is not like this, in our head, a person is like this. And when that falls apart, it shakes us completely, and everybody reacts differently to that. So that is what happened, and our Arjuna gets so disturbed that he feels as there's no point of living only. That time he even says to Krishna, it is like I've lost what my dharma is. He says, if the beautiful shloka, anybody can recollect that shloka, which is it when he tells that he's so afraid and he's in confusion. If is anybody aware of that shloka? I give a hint. It starts with Karpanya dosho.
Karpanyadoshopahitasvara.
Yes, Maji. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेतः यत् श्रेयः स्यान्न निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. He says, I have got so much fear inside of me that I've got confused on what my dharma is. Dharma sammudha. I've become a fool regarding my own dharma. He says, let me know what is Shreya. I am your Shishya Krishna. Show me the way, O Guru. Show me the way, Master. This is what Arjuna says. Excuse me, one more. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. So if you see this, Arjuna has forgotten what his dharma is. And why has he forgotten? Because of a dosha which is there in the shloka. What is that dosha? Karpanya dosha.
Confusion.
Confusion and fear.
Confused.
So when we are afraid, when we are full of fear, that is the first thing we can understand. When our heart is filled with panic, anxiety, extreme emotion, and fear, we will forget what our dharma is. So if we don't want to forget what our dharma is, first thing is we'll have to keep fear aside, because keeping fear aside is a divine quality. Abhayam Sattva Sanshuddhi, as Krishna says in another chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it begins with the divine qualities. The first sloka begins with Abhayam, fearlessness. So fearlessness comes inside of you, then you have nothing to worry. You are the Kshatriya, but when the fear comes in, you lose your Kshatriya trait, you become like Arjuna. So that is the first thing. Um, the question is, can we become fearless when we face situations like Arjuna? Anybody?
No,
No, Maji.
no,
Example. Why is it, Maji? Why do you think it's difficult?
because no, I don't know why, but
Okay.
your heart is filled with the fear when you
Face certain situations.
have
Okay.
certain
Because
situations. But
because we are
that
Okay.
thinking
time,
about
Yes, Maji. So in those moments, it is difficult. Your heart automatically comes
yeah,
and gets filled with
comes.
fear. Okay.
And
Yes, Dr. Tan. Yeah.
what I do
Huh?
is that time you chant something about Bhagavan,
Divine. Ha,
then
ha.
yeah, divine. Then it is slowly
Slowly the
get
fear goes
settled.
away, is it?
Get
Slowly
settled.
the oh, lovely. Maji has given the remedy also for the
Yeah,
fear. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Tanviji. Yes, please.
because maybe we are thinking about the result, what will happen.
outcome.
Okay.
That's why we are filled with fear.
Mm.
We are
Okay.
thinking that something bad will happen most of the times.
Or if it is happening in front of us and you cannot do anything about it. That also
Helplessness.
happens. Helplessness comes
Yes.
in. Okay. Yes, Renuji is saying something?
Yes, Priya. When we think that I am the doer, I am doing,
Okay.
I have to do, I have to overcome this
Yeah.
situation. When that I-ness is
Yes.
there,
Yeah,
what can
but
I
that
do?
is
I
a
am helpless.
possibility of, yes, but this difficulty is there in when you have to think and realize I am not the doer, but first you should be in a position to think, no? Sometimes you get into a situation where mind is not going to function only, or suddenly that time thinking also gets clouded, no?
Right.
Yes, Dr. Nandakishore is adding something. Yes, sir.
So there are two things I think. One thing is that suppose we have gone through certain experiences and come out
Yes,
of
sir.
it, that particular experience is going to be your guide also.
Yeah.
Similar situations beyond, because you have experienced it, then you know how to come out of it. And
Yes.
second thing, along with this, if you have infinite faith in Almighty, and you
Ah,
say that whatever it is, good or bad, let it be your wish, and I'll just
okay.
play along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Dr. Nandakishore ji is adding something on the lines of what Viju Maji just shared about she has Shraddha in the divine, so she chants the mantra and tries to get into the smarana of the divine, smarana of our Aradhya, smarana of our Guru, smarana of what is good and right. That can give us a source of light, like a strength, like a sun, no, in our darkest time. That is one thing. If we see, there's this beautiful mantra, Atriputro Mahatejo Dattatreyo Mahamuni Tasya Smarana Matrena Sarva Papai Pramuchyate. So the smarana of the divine is enough. That is true. And yet sometimes it feels it's not enough. Even smarana, though smarana is powerful, we are not able to go into that level of consciousness of properly reaffirming the divine consciousness. Doesn't
Yeah,
that also happen to us
yeah,
sometimes?
yeah.
If it is a moment which shakes us completely, or it's a moment where you are faced by a betrayal, Complete betrayal. And sometimes we feel God only has betrayed me. Has this feeling come to us anytime? Bhagwan, what now? Whom will I go to? You have only betrayed me. Where do I turn to? That kind of aspect also comes in. So, there again, this is the emotions of an individual taking control. We have to understand what is the greatest aspect of life. It is divine only. We should understand that divinity, realizing divinity, becoming one with divinity, knowing divinity. If we establish this, we will look at all moments which are difficult. Like in Arjuna's case, he has to fight with his own people, fight against his own guru. He has to fight against his own teacher. It is going to shake him and break him completely. The very concept of, because guru is a Shraddha sthana. If anybody, like Swami Vivekananda had told a king who was questioning him, what do you worship? And he said, if I spit on this portrait of some of his ancestors, he got angry because that's a Shraddha Sthana. Like that, when the Shraddha Sthana only because of circumstance appears different, you are in a big trouble. But at that time also, if you recognize the higher divinities at play, this is all a part of whether we call it a Maya means everything becomes an illusion. You become confused on how am I also Maya then if everything is Maya. But if you recognize it as a divine Leela, something is at play. Even in the worst moment of our life, which we sometimes cannot identify head or tail of it, even at that moment, if you just try to move. Yesterday in the ashram's notice board, something was very beautifully written. It was written about the mother's words of laugh with the God. Laugh with God. Your past, present, future, try to look at all three at one time. At one time only, just look at all three. If you try to lift yourself into that higher perspective, then things would become, because sometimes, even in our lives, some moments, look at even my own life moments. For so many years, I believed something about myself, or this is the way of life. And suddenly, overnight, everything got changed. Absolutely, what I imagined was something and something else. It was very difficult to come to terms with it. And then, when you are able to just see that maybe now, after some time, when time passes, they say time is a healer, isn't it? With time, you will understand. But if you're able to understand that, yes, the divine is you're not is looking after it, or there is the divine force that is working at that time, we are no more disturbed by we will be disturbed as humans, but we will not be broken completely, because the biggest fear for life is what, if we talk about karpanya dosha and other types of fear, which is the biggest fear in life? Anybody?
Death.
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 Death, isn't it? And that is why Krishna says in the very beautiful aspect, the second adhyaya only, he says swadharmat nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. Means he says even if death comes while upholding your swadharma, it is much better. Do your duty, and it's all right if you perish fulfilling your duty. There are greater danger is going to paradharma, isn't it? If at all our ancestors were there, they decided to take bribes from English East India Company to allow them to enter into the country. Maybe at that time they got some kind of benefits. It was very interesting that time how Gurukuls and all were closed. You see, that time Gurukuls were closed, and people who cleared some exams which were equivalent to today's 8th standard exams, they were taken in the villages and elephants and given such a great accolade. So somebody who was running after what we call prayers would have been very happy about it. But look, 100 years down the line, the same individual will actually feel what a pointless thing it was what I did. And then the dharma again rises. It is a cycle. Krishna says again and again it goes on. But we have to understand what is our role. And in this moment, what is my swadharma if I identify? Coming back to our topic, if we identify as swadharma and stand by it, we need not worry. Example, can anybody give of individuals choosing swadharma and nidhana in swadharma rather than bending to a paradharma? Any example anyone can think of? Somebody choosing to even die and perish, yet I will not forget my Swadharma. I will
The
uphold it.
soldiers, the
Was
soldiers
Soldier.
that are fighting at the border.
soldiers who are fighting at the border. Border also, or any insurgency takes place, or any counter-terrorist operation takes place. Young, he does not worry. Oh, is my girlfriend going to see me again, or is my wife going to see me again? Is my mother going to see me again? Will I have a future? Will I have dreams? What do they stand up, isn't it? So I think the Kshatriya Bala enter. That's why Kshatriya is one very great force in our human life. And if we have the Teja of Kshatriya also, just as important is the Teja of the Brahmana, the Shaurya and the strength of Kshatriya is important. So just buckle up, stand ground, whatever situation is. It is Krishna has told. It's like Swadharma is also in you. Nidhana in Swadharma is fine, but don't lose your dharma. Yes,
What's the
Rahulji.
definition of dharma as per Gita? Swadharma, I am understanding, is your own nature, your core
Your
nature,
inner nature. Dharma is
inner.
like a combination of, it's a beautiful one of the non-translatable words from Sanskrit,
Uh,
like Shraddha. We'll come to it, sir. Dr.
okay.
Nandikishore is adding something? Yes.
Yeah. Uh, for one of the yoga sessions that I used to go to, there was
Yes, sir.
a yoga instructor who was from army background. So
Right,
he
sir.
used to work at very young age in Kashmir, and he said that they had a training that whatever problem you face in life, these are situations, and then
Ha,
whatever hard or easy they are, and
ha.
whatever tough they are, you just calmly try to deal, like, how do you deal in this situation rather than getting emotionally carried away.
Right,
uh,
sir.
so, like, just like Krishna says, like, don't get excited, don't get disturbed, stay calm, Stita Prajna Bhava, and deal with it
Right, sir.
like that. And that gives them the strength. Like, even if suppose they are traveling in a convoy and one of the truck of the convoy goes in the gas,
Mhm.
they, like,
Yeah,
they keep calm and see how do we
yeah.
sort
How
that out.
to
Yeah, rather
try the
than just
best
being like,
to.
helpless,
Yeah.
feeling helpless like that.
Yeah, we never seen soldiers sitting, hey Bhagwan, kya hua mera, मैं लुट गया. But we don't get this kind of dialogue at all. They're always attacking every time, isn't it? Attacking the situation. It's all right. If situation is bad, I'll stand up. I'll means that is one aspect is I'll come to Rahulji's question because it's I think a little deeper for us to enter into dharma and swadharma right now. We'll enter it in a moment. But the aspect of attacking a problem. That is why all our aradhyas, no, they have one hand like this also, but there's also a weapon in the hands of our gods, no, isn't it? Why do you think those weapons are? They are not props. They are for using only. And the use of weapons for us in today's life is we have to use a different type of astra. We'll have to use Divya Astra of the mana only first, rather than physical astras to tackle situations. Because this is one truth. And I think Dr. Andakeshwarji shared a
Yeah.
beautiful example of a yoga teacher who had a background from the armed forces. So nice it is, isn't it? Situation. And he said very nicely, good or bad. This is what Gita also teaches, isn't it? Sthitadir muniruchyate, who is able to be calm in all those. Vita raga bhaya krodha, who is free from anger, who is free from hatred. I mean, you don't have to have disgust for the wrongdoer also. Don't like the action even one bit. Don't appreciate and write perspective. Ki, oh dear, terrorist also had a family. That's absolutely misplaced compassion. So we don't have to have that, but we don't have to have hatred also. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha. Yet we have to be a muni and yet enter into the battle in that awakened state. That is one important thing. So can we look at things as situations in a way, all aspects, and react according to the situation? Without or respond rather than react. Respond the right action means it is every situation is a situation, isn't it? Good or bad. Good situation also look at it as yes, this is my situation today. Markets are stable, fine. Tomorrow they are going to get unstable. There is somebody who is continuously typing something on the keyboard and is making markets across the world fluctuate. And there's no logic or head or tail behind why that is going to happen. So you will not get so overly excited at a very good moment. And at the same time, that is okay sometimes. It's like when in good moments to be calm and accept or somebody is praising you and you say, haha, it's nothing. because slightly a small trickle of the praise enters to us and we feel good about it. But it's okay to put up a front of being calm and peaceful. But the real problem comes in the bad situation, isn't it? Say somebody insults you maximum. Can we just look and say quietly, okay, that's your opinion. It's all right. It will not come out only. No, first reaction is you go at that individual, then at his father, then at his mother, then at the family. Everything, a reaction begins. You are like this is because of you. But that is the challenge. Look at it, look at a difficult situation also as yes, this is the play at this moment. This is the and that is one very beautiful aspect of Sansara is every time, no matter what, we are going to be thrown by newer situations to test our stability. But if we can keep that stability, we are worthy, as Krishna says, worthy of even being given the title of Muni. Title by whom? By Krishna only, not some organization. It is that title which Krishna shall give us. He says that that person is worthy of being called a Muni. Someone free from fear, someone free from anger, such a person is going to be challenged. One very nice experience comes where I wanted a help from my friend because we were college friends. We had seen each other from childhood. Also, we had a very nice relation. But the situation was difficult, and I thought I'll get some guidance from him. So I called him, and he was looking at the situation slowly, and then he says, "Ab to tere baat hai." Like that, he said, and he started laughing. And I also started laughing, looking at him because we suddenly remembered our old school days. And the fear aspect of it somehow disappeared in that laughter because whatever it is, this friend is with me. I knew that. So I don't need to worry about it. Though he is also laughing and mocking, it's still a companionship is there. Meaning having a companionship, that is something. And that companionship, if we have of the divine, he is the infallible companion. Though we may have our own companions in life. Nobody is going to replace them, that is true. But the only companion who is your real constant from your childhood, from your birth to your death and beyond is going to be the divine. When you have that, it's so simple. Maji was just sharing right now that she chants Vishnu Sahasranama. So each Nama is giving an explanation of when is it. Or if you even just look at the smaller Shodasha Nama, if you see of Vishnu, औषधे चिंते विष्णु भोजने च जनार्दनम शयने padmanabham च. So every time you can have a companion. Sridharam Priya Sangame. When you are with your dearest companion, yes, live, be alone, be conscious of your companion, but understand that dearest is Sridhara, the divine. Then your companion will not feel you're betraying or cheating. Instead, your relation with your companion will become better because you will become in a purified consciousness, so you can offer better. So, one aspect of our life is we have to remember the oneness with the divine. And if we are having oneness with the divine, divine whispers in the ears. What is our dharma of the moment? What is our dharma? Is I think, as Rahulji said, how do we understand the dharma of the moment? If we become receptive to the divine, we will understand. It will be like He has told, He will give us the wisdom to somebody who is, Krishna has told everything, somebody who is having the constant remembrance. Krishna says, I will give. It's all right. He says, I don't want smart people also. I don't think he said we don't know. I don't want smart people, but the purport of that statement was this that sometimes in our mind we think we are too smart and we forget the divine's working. So instead, if you are not having the capacity, also is okay. Krishna says, "Dadami buddhi yogam." I'll give you the knowledge that is necessary to move ahead. Yes, Rahulji has said is dharma same as divine will or hukum as per Gurbani. Let us see, sir. Or Adesh, Alak Niranjan. Well, dharma is following the Adesh, sir. Dharma is following the hukum. But we'll just come to that in one moment. So here, if we have this consciousness of the divine at all times, at this we will get that understanding. Krishna says, Dadami Buddha Yogam Tam. I'll give you that. Elsewhere he has said, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paripasate Tesham Nityabhayuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyam. He will take care. For that, you have to be ready, you have to be conscious and have faith and confidence. So now we'll come to Rahulji's question. Yes, sir. Rahulji, yes, please, sir. If you can just unmute, we will look at. Dr. Tanviji wants to add something after Rahulji, if we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. What I
Okay.
wanted to say is many a times we are afraid of being alone, and when we
Yeah.
feel alone, and when we chant
Mm.
our favorite deity's name or Krishna's name, then we feel secure. We feel that there
Yeah.
is somebody with us. We
Yes.
don't feel
Yes.
alone. Maybe
Yes.
that's
Yes.
why our anxiety or our fearfulness it
Fear will
disappears.
disappear. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 It is like that. Har Har Mahadev. People say loudly and throw away the fear inside of their hearts. They
Yeah.
said, Jako rakhe saya, mar sake na koe. So when you understand God is with me, and we don't have to have ahankar or arrogance, just a realization that yes, God is with me. He is
Yes.
with me. And what is happening, I do not like it. You don't have to like it. It's all right. Likes and dislikes are all natural. Krishna says it's fine. But still understand, maybe. Because one very beautiful Upanishad is there where a young boy has to go to death, face death because of his dad. I mean, just look at
Like
it. A father is supposed to be the giver of life, isn't
Nachiketa.
it? Yeah,
Hmm.
perfectly identified, Dr. Tanviji. So he has to go because father says, I send you to Yama. And problem is his father is not just some cranky father. He is a Rishi or the Rishi who has such a great tapabal and his word has to be upheld. According to the ancient times, at least one of the good things. Today's days, people don't keep their words only. So you get confused when the words come out of somebody's mouth, even if it's an important individual, you still wonder, does it have a value? But that time it was different. And when Nachiketas' father said, "Yeah, I'll give to Yama," he really felt, okay, that means now I have to go to Yama. I'll have to uphold this. This is not something nice. This is not something his father also will like. But he understands it, but he has to uphold it. And he goes all the way to the doors of Yama. Look at the tapabala of the young boy. But the very beautiful aspect is there in that shloka, is that journey. And it's very interesting that they have hidden the journey of how Nachiketas went to Yamalok and then came back also. It is not mentioned. The knowledge is mentioned. So one of us will have to figure it out and maybe release it to the world. What was that knowledge, hidden knowledge? But look at the approach of this young boy. He has no fear, a full life ahead. So many dreams which he may have seen, or he is yet to see so many dreams in life. Their dreams are also not born, just seeds may be planted, they have not even begun to sprout. Yet this boy is keeping all aside and he says, maybe death wishes to accomplish something through this journey. Let it be. Maybe that is something that has to be accomplished. The fear is gone. A recognition of divine will, even in the most adverse circumstance, gives us that freedom. So that is one important thing we have to do. That I think, as Dr. Tanviji said, companionship. Tukaram had very nicely said, isn't it? Jethe jato tethe tu माझा संगाती चालेविशी हाती धरुनिया. You are like my companion. I am the little boy or little girl going in a park of the world and I have somebody holding my hand. This we can say even when we become 99, we can say we'll be little boys and little girls because when we look at the divine as our parent, we will always be little, isn't it? Maybe the world we may not have. As people grow senior, they don't find sometimes elders to give a pat on the back or sometimes hit also, playful hit on the head. Nobody gives it because that role is now taken by us. We go into that state where we have to be the elder. But in front of the divine, if we can be childlike, we will see that all these shlokas will just appear like this yoga kshevam vahamyam will be an experience and you will just have the joyful experience of being the divine's child. That laughter can always remain with you in your heart. So yes, Ratnamiji, thank you for that sharing. Yes, Rahulji. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rahulji, you were asking something about
No, no,
this
no. I'm not
dharma.
asking. I'm still waiting. You said that a little later I'll explain you what dharma truly
Yes.
means.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. Fine, sir. So about dharma. Now we have at least identified one thing is fear is not required in sadhana. Fear is
Correct.
not required for our, neither fear for bad things nor fear for what is going to happen to us
Yeah.
or even fear of God at all. No? Fear of God is not required at all. So if
Correct.
we have no fear and we have the smarana and the enjoying the companionship of the divine at all moments, we become truly free. So this is one thing. So first aspect is cleared. Now comes what is the dharma. dharma of an individual, that becomes sometimes confusing when we look at it intellectually. For that, we have to identify what is swadharma first. Swadharma is the dharma which comes according to our swabhava, which comes naturally. What is the swadharma of a poet? Anybody? Yes,
To compose good poems.
compose beautiful poetry, isn't
Poems.
it?
Yes.
Yes. If the poet gets carried away by the accolades that the poet receives and starts writing for receiving certain accolades, maybe if I enter this prize money poetry competition and starts writing, will that be Swadharma?
No.
Why is that?
Because the intention behind your act is important, whether you're
Okay.
doing it for yourself or for something, for achieving something.
With
This is
some
what I.
desire, gratification, sensual gratification, some praise. So the same aspect which was once a Swadharma, writing poetry was a Swadharma of a poet. But getting carried away by these desires, the Swadharma becomes Paradharma, isn't it?
Or expecting the fruit of
Yes, yes. As a
expecting the
poet,
fruit.
if I lend my word, just an example, I am saying I'm not claiming to be a good poet or great poet or anything, but just suppose I have words which are powerful. But because of my Rajasic expectations, a desire to receive certain things, some maybe monetary, maybe some other aspects, I decide to lend my voice to some political movement only, which is running after certain wrong ideals and objectives. What is going to happen then?
That is
My
not your
sword,
sadharma. That,
it will
that
become
is not
paradharma, isn't it?
paradharma.
Then I become instrument of whom? Do I become instrument? When I am the poet following my
Yes.
Swadharma, I can be instrument of Krishna. Krishna may write some of the beautiful poem through me, and I will still consider I'll be happy to be the pen, nothing more. But when I decide to run after certain forces, then what will happen? I will become a instrument of lower forces, isn't it? Maybe
Somebody
Rajas,
else.
maybe Tamas, and even Sattva also. But Sattva also can, we will see later how Sattva is a little bit of some shortcomings still remain in Sattva. We have to reach, that is why Krishna says the state of Gunati, the complete bhava of not doing anything, not even for the sake of good or even morality and other aspects also, we have to transcend. But that is the highest. That is the highest. But Swadharma can also become Paradharma. Do you agree to this, Rahulji? Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, I'm getting it.
Yes,
I'm just
yes, sir.
seeing, for example, you taught us two shlokas for
Right.
dharma. One
Yes, sir.
was Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya
Yeah.
Glanirvavati Bharata. That was one thing where we were talking about
Huh.
dharma. And
Yes.
there was also another shlok on dharma, which is Sarva Dharma
Dharman.
Parityaga.
Yeah, that would be the last part because that is after Swadharma, Swabhava Dharma, how to understand the highest Dharma. That would be the 18th
Correct.
chapter, what you have
So,
said.
so
Yes,
when
sir.
Bhagwan is saying Yada Yada Hi
Huh.
Dharmasya,
Yeah.
he's talking of something which, when it goes down,
Yeah.
that principle, when it goes down, then I come and take form, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
is it
yes.
that dharma is righteousness? Is it duty? Is it
Okay, sir. That's a very nice shloka Rahulji has just shared with us. It is the promise of Krishna, isn't it? He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, meaning the mind will fall into glani or the individual will forget what is dharma. It is a part of a ploy of prakriti, ploy of maya. It is going to happen. So why not just look at the same example of the poet only in this light?
mm,
Here, Krishna says, I descend, I enter into the mortal realm, I take the avatar to bring about a change.
mm,
Now, that is about the very concept of avatarhood. But
mm,
another aspect, if we look at it, sir, is that, say, I am a poet now, and I have got carried away by Rajasic desires or Tamasic desires. The divine's intervention will take place. कि बेटा line पे आजा. He will come to wake me up to understand what is right. He
correct?
will come. He will come to remind me. He'll give me indications. Sometimes he will start with omens. Little omens will come. I may not be clear because I may be dumb. He might then try to come a little more pratyaksha. And he will come again and again to bring about a change. He does not forsake just because you got carried away.
So,
That is
so,
how the guru
so then,
also has to. Yes,
is
sir.
is it about righteousness? Is dharma righteousness? Is it some?
Sattvic dharma is righteousness, sir. Sattvic, if you say dharma also can become, there is like dharma, there is adharma.
Hmm.
Krishna said, when you have a rajas force, you are like a useless thermometer, showing temperature high when the temperature is low, and the vice versa.
Right. Right.
So you get confused with what Arjuna says, no, dharma sammoda. He became, again, because of either rajas and tamas combination, no? He forgot what is dharma.
Hmm. Got it.
So that keeps fluctuating according to the guna in the individual, either sattva, raja, or tamas. But Anjali wants
And
to ask something? Yes, ji. Yes, please.
and doesn't Swadharma also change with your ashrama, with your stage of
Okay.
life?
Let us see that. One
Like
interesting
you said.
point Anjali ji is saying that Swadharma also can change with the ashrama. This looks like dharma is becoming more and more a khichdi when Krishna is adding so many aspects. But it's not a khichdi, we will conclude in the end. Anjali ji, how do you say that it will change with the ashrama?
No, your Swadharma at 20 needn't be your Swadharma at 60.
But what you do in 60 can be your Swadharma, though it may not sound the same. A 20-year-old or 18-year-old person, or even if you say, when I was 8-year-old, I was a brahmachari according to my grandfather. I had declared I will be permanently brahmachari. Now I'm in Grihastha ashram. If you ask me at 8-year-old me, I'll be like, what is this? I don't like it. Isn't it? But
Yes.
at that time, brahmacharya was my, what according to the varnashrama, we should say, that time it was this, isn't it? I was a brahmachari when I was a student, then afterwards grahastha, then vanaprastha, then sannyas. But the outer aspect changes, but swadharma is your innermost duty towards yourself. We can say, how to say in a simpler word is what your heart knows, no? Your heart knows what is it, what needs to be done, and you have to do some, that is your inner duty. Swadharma is towards yourself, not your outer self. Outer self can keep changing, which happens in life. Throughout life, we change. Transformation keeps taking place again and again. You look at like larva to butterfly. That transformation is such a predominant one, or it's crazy. Just the entire movement of the changes, isn't it? Here, the one person who is now crawling is now suddenly flying. But so like that, transformations will keep coming in our life. There will be moments where we are facing extreme difficulties. Sometimes we feel alone. Sometimes we feel we are crushed by the world. But that time also, our swadharma, which is the dharma towards our inner self, that is the right way to look at swadharma. And there is something called swabhava dharma. Swabhava dharma is the dharma which comes naturally to you according to a birth nature.
Character.
That swabhava dharma, everybody is, I think, can we choose our swabhava? No, no. It's
That
like
basic
you,
character will never change.
yeah, it's like you've gone with your friend to a hotel, but the order has already been placed by your friend. You cannot choose now what to eat. What's going to come in your plate is now what you have to eat, whether you like it or not. That is what our swabhava is. Some people have the swabhava for, we can say, as Krishna has very nicely divided the swabhavas into four, isn't it? He called them Chaturvarna.
Correct.
So anybody can recollect those Chaturvarna. He says, Chaturvarna Maya Srishtam. I created it, is what he says. Four types of swabhavas.
Brahmin,
Anyone?
Brahmin,
Brahmin.
Yes, sir.
uh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rauji,
Brahmin.
Brahman? Yes?
Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra.
Shudra.
Yes. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. These are the four swabhavas. Again, these four swabhavas are as per what? As per the kula? As per the family
As
a
per the
person is born in?
nature,
Birth nature.
birth nature.
Okay.
Not
All right.
birth nature. Yes, nature and the
Okay.
kind of work that one does.
Okay. According to the guna karma swabhash, this is according to the guna and a karma of the individual, not because It is like doctor's child should be doctor as per some rule. Is there some rule like that?
Nothing.
No. Doctor's child can become patient also. We don't know. Just because a person is born in a particular family does not mean that. So that is the Swabhava. We all have a Swabhava. The question is, why have we been given the Swabhava? Anybody? What do we do with that Swabhava? It is like as much as just an example is you go to a wonderful, you plan to go out with a friend and you had such aspirations of what you are going to eat, but your friend has already placed the order. You can't choose what you have to eat. Yes, sir. Rahulji.
With the Swabhava, two things can be done. In the
Yes, sir.
work, which is the Jagat, where you have to
Yeah.
perform your duties, it can help you find those kind of work and things which are more in tune with your core inner nature.
Yeah.
That will
Yeah.
help you be more satisfied and contribute best. In
Lovely,
the
sir.
spiritual side, it helps you take up seva activities in line with your nature. If you're
Yeah.
more in terms of teaching, etc., Brahminical energies, those kind of things will be more
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And we did learn one more thing which still stayed with me, which is that ultimately we should be flexible enough
Tran-
to have all
Transcend.
to
Transcend. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Ji, ji. Yes, I think to Shashi ji had very nicely said. We need to be Brahmins also. We need to be Vaishyas also. We need to be Kshatriyas also. We need to be Shudras also. Isn't it? That's required. But just looking at it, I think very nicely, Rahul ji said, in this Jagat, Jagat is where we are staying, where we are existing, where we are living. In this Jagat, we have been given a Swabhava by birth. By birth, we have been given a Swabhava, which we can identify based on our own inner nature. Like a friend of mine who was very good in kabaddi, shot put, and he never managed to sit quietly even for 1 minute in all 12 years. I mean, from first standard to 12th standard, every year he had created so much trouble that next year he will be chucked out of the school. That was what they were telling him. What was the reason this was given as a punishment? He was 1 year, he was made to sit outside of the classroom because his nature was like that. But if you see this particular child never changed that. They tried to correct that particular swabhava of his. He did not. In the 12th standard also, I remember when he got scolding. He said, from first standard every year you have been telling me you will throw me out of school. Now I have come to 12th standard, nobody has thrown me out. And when he got just 72 out of 200, anybody would cry. I remember a person crying for getting 95 out of 100. This boy was going with his mark sheet to every class, including when teachers were teaching also, he would disturb and see, I got 72. I have passed. All of you felt I will fail. That was his nature. But if you see his nature, his swabhava, instead of trying to crush it, if somebody had found a way to channel it, it would have made a lot of difference. We have to understand that all are not the same. But the Swabhava, and one of the beautiful things of this child is Swabhava was so, he was so pure and he is so pure in his heart that even now people remember. Our, the school's correspondent unfortunately passed away with after having a prolonged battle and he had Alzheimer's. But he did not forget that individual because every year he had given him so much trouble. He said, "Oh, you have come in." And he was the most troublesome student in school, has become the most favorite of everybody else later on. He stood by his Swabhava, and that allowed him to at least progress in a direction he understands. He's chosen a career as per his choice. Rahulji is saying something. Yes, sir.
So I'm just trying to understand. Anjali ji's question is that with time, can it change? For example, with being 60 versus being 20, it
Yeah.
can happen that when you're 20, 25, one may have more Kshatriya quality, or
Yeah.
you may
Agreed.
want to start up your own business and things like that. And by the time you're 60, where you felt more fulfilled, etc., you may want to connect more with knowledge. So you may take the more Brahminical energy. So it's not going to be the same
Uh,
throughout
but
one's life.
But actually, that is a possibility, we can say. But there is also a possibility of somebody starting at in their late 60s also, isn't it? A divine work also, which is requiring, like, for example, our founders, Damleji. I joined him when he was 65, and after 1 year, he started a new organization. When normally everybody says, "Abhi to retire hona hai," he says, "I am going to get a retire." New tire I will get. I am not going to get just retire like that. So it is changes, it can change, but our inner true nature, we say, they say, no, the more we change, the more we remain the same. The English phrase, this means that aspect will be there. Somebody is that stamp of the Swabhava, no matter what. I might become like the same friend I was talking about, the mischievous boy. If you see now, I was shocked because the way he talks now, he is like a. I was remembering Stitadir Muni Ruchyate. I said, what is this boy? How has he become so calm? There's a depth of silence and peace in his voice. So we were all surprised, all of our friends, when we came to know where he is, what he's doing. But when I went and stayed with him. There were the same traits of his swabha which were visible. They were now hidden, but they were there. A stamp remains. We can say a slight stamp of the individual, and that is probably why Krishna says everybody's Shraddha, he says, is unique, and he is enjoying everyone's original stamp inside of everyone. Everyone has got a different flavor of their swabhava, which Krishna is able to identify. So the swabhava is not a punishment that we have got, because sometimes it is like, imagine a fish looking at a monkey and feeling, I cannot climb a tree at all. I mean, what is this? The fish has to not try to climb trees, isn't it? The fish will have to swim. A monkey will not be able to swim the way a fish swims. So the swabhava is given for every individual. For sadhana, is that is why Krishna says you identify your swabhava, use it for your sadhana. That is something. So, and that will allow you to understand your dharma also, which is coming easily to my swabhava. So when we follow according to Swabhava, we perform Swadharma, we also get what we call Siddhi, perfection in our works. We start enjoying what we do. Somebody who enjoys the smaran of the divine, why should that individual suddenly be crushed and taken away from smaran of the divine? But it is tried, or many times people try that, isn't it? Look at what happened to poor Hiranyakashipu, who thought, no, I'll stamp out the spirituality out of this kid's head. Narasimha Avatar came, isn't it? But the Swabhava did not change of his son. The Swabhava remains. The Swabhava is there inside everybody. So it has been given for a purpose. It will remain, we can say, always inside of the individual. But then comes the question, if I am given one Swabhava only, what about any change in that? Can I transform? Because ultimately, Gita is about transcendence, isn't it? We've been told that like righteousness is good, but there is something called like sattva nature is fine. Be nice, be good. That is always ideal. But sometimes being nice and good is not enough, isn't it? There's a Hindi phrase, no, लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. So what will such a when sattva nature is not working? What do we do? Can we just say, no, no, I cannot raise my voice because I'm not uh, I'm a polite person. That man is doing bad. I understand it. It is absolutely against the principle of sattva, but I am sattvic, so I will not do that. Or there's a very beautiful story of a Muni who is taking in the river, who is offering his arghya. And in that time, a scorpion is found in that river. So what does the Muni do is he takes the scorpion out and puts it out on the bank. But what will happen when you hold a scorpion in your hand?
It will
Anybody?
sting.
Yes.
It will
It will
sting.
sting, isn't it? So the scorpion stung the Muni, and the scorpion again falls in the water. He again picks it up because according to Swabhava, I have to do this. He picks it up again and he puts it. It happens three, four times, and finally the fifth time, the scorpion is away. And one bystander goes up to him and asks him, why were you doing this? He said the scorpion was doing the scorpion swabhava, according to that swabhava of the scorpion. But I am a Muni, I have to follow my swabhava. And this was a very nice story with a moral. When I was a young child, I was given that. And this was something which really confused me. He got stung five times. Five times. Why is this required again and again? And when I grew up, I felt, why did he not use a stick? Why did he not try to do that? Means there is no need to cause harm to yourself, because if your swabhava is harming yourself, or what is the harm here? Chance of growth, no? In the story, harm is getting inflicted individual. And like, if there's a better way without harming, Krishna says your body is also not yours. It is given to you by the divine. So you have a duty towards your sharira also. Idam shariram kaunteya, Krishna says. So this is against swadharma, isn't it? So our sharira dharma, it is against it if you are harming your body. So, in the situation, of course, the story I do not want to, if it is from some sacred scripture, I really don't want to disrespect the story, but I'm just talking about a principle. If maybe the Muni did not find a stick, all right, so he's standing by its principle. But if it is possible, we should not be so bound that we do not see any other way beyond my swabhava. Because just because I have one swabhava, can I ensure that the world will have the same swabhava? I cannot, my own family, immediate family, I cannot impose a swabhava, no? Parents cannot impose a swabhava on the children. Nobody can, because each one has their own. So this aspect of swadharma and swabhava, it is all fine. But then there is something higher, and then comes the question, how do we understand? Because we know going against swadharma is a greatest, most perilous vulnerability of life. It is going to destroy me completely if I go against my swabhava. A doctor says I stop treating patients and I start harming patients. What is that? There's nothing in it. There's no logic in it. It will destroy the whatever. And what will happen to the karma in this situation? Well, karma is going to go hopeless only, isn't it? When you go against swadharma. But then again, there is a big question when execution of karma happens, because we have to use our faculties which are provided to us. How do we execute? What is my dharma? What is my swar? And sometimes juggling of so many dharmas makes it more complicated. In life, when you enter into the world, you have so many responsibilities. They create a confusion. Do we agree or not? If anybody, can you just share any example, or without needing to go specific, but something, some kind of times where you feel that you are now, I'm juggling too many duties right now. I'm not able to understand how to do it right. The question of dharma only. Should I uphold this dharma or should I uphold that dharma? Anyone?
Can I?
Hold
Yes.
our dharma.
Yes. Renuji, who was? Yes, please.
Yeah, Rashri, yeah.
Rajshri, yes, please. Yes, ji.
Yeah, like I don't know whether I'm saying the right thing. I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. I've just come back from the US.
Okay.
There, and we have actually relocated in Bangalore now. But I had to
You're
go
back to Bangalore. Okay.
back in Bangalore, and my daughter has a baby, so I had gone there to help her out with the baby.
Right.
And
Right.
I have come down here. Uh, it's Anjali's cousin, also my husband. Husband suddenly
Okay.
has had a heart problem, and I'm here. And
Okay, ji.
after tomorrow is a procedure.
Okay, ji.
So now, when I was coming back, I'd gone there to look after my uh,
Daughter.
my little one, my
Yeah.
daughter. My mom is also there. After my dad passed away, my mom is also there in the States with my
Right. Yes, ji. Yes, ji.
husband is here. So my husband is feeling so guilty that you have to leave the little one and come here and look after me. So he says, after all this procedure is done, you can go back. I said,
Mm.
not done. And there I see my daughter has to go to the office and the baby is at home. So I'm like
Yeah.
thinking, and like I was just chanting Krishna. There is no
Yeah.
mantra. While flying also, I know I was crying. Like where
Ah.
it was like
Yeah.
Trishanku, like Trishanku is
Yeah.
there. So what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Of course
Yes.
I'm doing the right thing. But I'm not there anywhere. I'm not there to look after my mother. I'm not there to look after my granddaughter. I won't be long here also with my husband. So where am I standing right now? And why
Yeah.
me like this, Krishna? Can't you just put me in a proper place? I was talking to Krishna
Yes. Yes. Yes.
my mind. Fortunately, I got 4 seats khali, so aram se baith ke I was sitting and talking to Krishna. And if
Ah.
somebody saw it also, I was not bothered because I was in my own thing,
Yeah.
While
Yes. Yes. It's
yeah,
like you're juggling too many pins at one time, isn't it?
yes,
Dharma towards my daughter, dharma towards my husband, dharma towards now in all these dharmic confusions, what is my swadharma becomes the biggest question mark, no?
that's what, because I have not been able
Am
to.
I being played? Because this is the game of forces, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the world, Prakriti. We get sometimes played and we feel, am I playing in a game or I am the ball in the ping pong of nature? He is pushing me here, next time it's there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And Krishna, there is a shloka about how this is the force of Maya works also. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. Means individuals are driven by the force of Prakriti. They are like instruments just moved around. So I think Rajeshri has given us the very interesting situation, which anybody is put in the situation will have the same question. It is, I think, a friend's mother of mine, or a friend's, I mean, the mother is also a friend of mine, and her daughter just gave birth, and she wanted to go there, but her mother is daughter is in America, and her mother is in India. So she has to, should I leave or should I not leave? And all her other siblings, they are very nice in sattvic nature and talking. But nobody wants to come and take the responsibility. She said, I have to go and live with my life with my daughter also. But nobody, you come, one of you come. It's not my job only. And this mother is confused. So this happens to us. But there also we must understand that when this happens, when such a big confusion happens and you're really, or you're worrying, why is my compass spinning in all direction, not showing me the north, the direction I want to move? That time there is a simpler way to make us clear in the direction. That is, what is my Krishna Dharma? A Dharma which is said to be the highest Dharma, higher Dharma than every individual Dharmas. It is that Krishna Dharma. And that is what the 18th Adhyay Shloka, which Rahulji talked about. Sarva Dharman Parityaje Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Aham sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Do not worry, do not grieve. All your sins or everything will be taken care of. Sarva dharman parityaje mamekam sharanam. Surrender to me alone, Krishna says. Surrender to me and watch the transformation. Watch the, what we can say, what is your dharma towards Krishna? You can ask when you are having confused. When you sometimes this is a very, it is like what we call catch 22 situation. I love my husband also. I love my daughter also. I have a duty towards my husband. I have a duty towards my daughter. And look, Arjuna had the same thing, isn't it? He loved his gurus. He loved Abhimanyu also. And now, should he take Abhimanyu's side because he loves Abhimanyu and because of attachment for Abhimanyu, he fights against his guru? He will become another Dhritarashtra, no? So he is now confused. What should I do? And that time, he just, at least one thing he understood is, I have to surrender to Krishna. He will show me the way. Sure enough, he showed the way to Arjuna. Like that, we have to cultivate Arjuna's consciousness and surrender to Krishna Dharma. Who knows, Krishna's consciousness will enter into us automatically afterwards. When he says, Sarva Dharman Parityaje Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. My Dharma, what is my Krishna Dharma for this moment? If you ask this question, it will be very, you will become very, what would Krishna want from me now? Maybe my husband wants this, my sister wants this, my mother wants this. All these things are all fine. I want this, that is also, I can put it on the table. But what does Krishna want? And if I surrender to what Krishna wants, you will see how beautifully all is got. You will get what you want also, your husband will get what he wants. Everybody, this is a very beautiful aspect. Like my friend's mother, she said, and she said clearly, I am now going to leave my mother she does not want to travel, but I will leave this city. I am going to meet my children. I want to take some time with my daughter. The time with my daughter is also very important to me. So because she is pregnant, she's going to have a child. I want to be with her at that time. And so she told her mother, she made arrangements for her mother. Somebody should be there to take care. She even discussed what are the ways she can have of monitoring from elsewhere. So her duty is fulfilled here. She even took up the decision to maybe enough of my sattva nature. She gave a nice scolding to her brother and sister. You people, you think you are very smart. This is not right. You're just coming here like only as a resort. This is not right. You have your duties when you are going to come. So they were planning some world tour. That world tour came via India now because they took a decision to slightly modify their tour of traveling across the world by coming and fulfilling a duty which they had forgotten, which she had not, according to her Swabhava, not uttered those words. It was required. So you see, sometimes you have, because she understood this is my duty towards Krishna, and she's a lover of Krishna. So she said it's all right. And she went, she did not permanently stay in a foreign country. She came back. She even joked that everybody wants Indian Amma service or Indian Aya service. Parents have to come for only this purpose and they all go back. I have to keep staring at the wall and everything while they are away and then come back. She said, I did what I did and now I'm back. I have my own duties towards myself also. My own life is there. She had other things to be done here. So this is how all dharmas are established, where there is no loss. I
There's
think
something
Rahulji
I
wants to
want
share
to,
something. Yes, yes, Anjali ji was saying something after Rahulji. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, let Ramji speak first.
Nani
yeah,
Anjali ji, you carry on. I'll
Okay, thank you. No, this is something on a lighter note, not something probably that the Gita advocates, but I
yes.
just wanted to share something that my elder sister used to do as a
Okay.
child.
Yeah,
Not as a child, I mean, she was, even when she was much older, every
yeah.
time she faced a difficult situation or every time she was in a dilemma, what she used to do was write on two separate, she used to make two small chits and write yes in one and no in the other.
Ha,
And
ha.
and she used to throw it against the feet of Krishna statue. You
Oh,
know,
lovely, lovely, lovely.
yeah, and she would throw it against Krishna statue, and whichever comes first, whether it's yes or no, she always went by it, and I think it always stood her in good stead. It always helped her. So we all carried that trend, whenever we are faced with, and
Yeah. Did she stop doing it, Anjali ji?
I don't think she does it anymore because now she's probably all settled in life. She's hasn't been facing or she hasn't come across such situations. But earlier, when
Okay.
she has to choose her career, everything,
Actually,
anything
that is a
small or
very
little,
nice thing to, if we
she
surrender to
always
Krishna,
used to
no?
do
It
that.
is, I'm not asking to just throw a dice and look at it, but
Yeah,
because one participant had shared her experience on a decision of marriage, she put it to Krishna. She had, because every time she would do important decision in her life, she would always go, Krishna, let this go ahead. And she would add a very sincere aspect, if you want it to go ahead. But when she had to take a decision about getting married, I think her name is Preeti ji, she had shared that. She said, I was very scared of going in front of Krishna because I like this person. And she did not want to add that if you want it, because it may go against her wish. But with some great courage, she went forward and I will take a decision and I will get the indication from you. I would like to, if you want it. She added. Let this go ahead if you want it. And it is a shraddha of the individual which makes a difference. I'm not just talking about that chit. Chits are not the way to take decisions in life, but the shraddha in your aradhya is something which makes a big difference. There is a conscious intervention of the aradhya. We get the direction. The hand which chooses, we think we are choosing, but it will be the divine's hand that will be working, provided it is the shraddha and not some mental interventions taking place. So I think you can check with her if she's doing it because it's still a very
I'll
nice
check
thing to
with her.
do
I'll
even
check with
now.
her.
Yes, yes.
I after.
We should be ready for everything. Yes, Rahulji? Yes, sir.
No, I am just getting this thought. It's so beautiful, the Manan session.
Yes, sir. Ji, sir.
One is that two thoughts coming to me. One is, for example, today we talked a lot about
Yeah.
Swadharma, right?
Yes, sir.
It automatically gravitated the conversation into Swadharma, etc.
Ji, sir.
So, one good thing would be if after the session, whenever you get time, today, tomorrow, you can say, read these two shlokas on Swadharma. Probably that will
Good.
also help us internalize the shlokas better with the
Right, sir.
kind of
Okay,
situation.
sir.
That is
Ji,
one.
sir.
Second is, I think this is also very beautiful that people are bringing very live dilemmas and challenges
Yeah.
to the Manan session. I think
Ji,
that
sir.
gives so much more juice and it creates so
Yes,
much
sir.
practical experience that people are going through. So I just
Yes,
wanted to
sir.
share these two
And,
thoughts. Very
ji,
beautiful.
sir. Thank you, sir. And that is exactly why Gita is. Gita is for every little thing also because Krishna has asked us to be fully practical. Only his dearest devotee is practically, living the principles. A lot of people I know who use the name of God on their lips, but their hands are absolutely not divine in their actions or their deeds. If there's a nice shloka, ayam me hasto bhagavan, ayam me bhagavattarah, ayam me vishwa bheshajo, ayam shivabhimarshana. This hand is auspicious, this other hand is more auspicious. These two hands have the power to heal the problems and diseases of the world because these are the hands that are worshipping the divine. If you see, that is the consciousness that we cultivate. We bring it into practice. But
One last thing.
yes, Ji, we have to practice it. Yes, Ji.
No, one last thing I want to add. I was just thinking, I found the answer to my own question about
Ji.
1 minute. One
Yes,
just a
Ji.
minute.
Yeah. So this, if I think I will wait for Anjali
Yes.
ji to come. But yeah, Anjali ji, yes, please. Yeah.
So I found the answer to my own question as to whether your Swadharma changes with
Huh.
age.
Yeah.
So I looked at my own career. I've been a teacher all my life. So now I've retired and now I'm more into, no, I've stopped teaching and I somehow don't enjoy, not that I don't enjoy, but I decided, no, that's not what I want to do now. There's this insatiable thirst for learning new things. So I'm into a lot of new things like learning music, I'm learning Sanskrit, I'm learning the
Ah,
Gita.
so
So
lucky.
I'm into learning a lot of things. But I realized being a teacher, so how has my Swadharma changed? It's just that I just realized the connection between the teacher and the student because the
Yeah.
teacher has to be a perpetual student. The
Yes,
teacher never
yes.
stops learning. So
Yeah.
again, it's connected to my Swadharma.
So lovely.
I got the
Yes.
answer. At the end of the
Yes.
mind session, I got the answer to my own
Okay.
question.
Once a teacher, always a student.
Yeah.
It is said that, and we have to then start teaching ourselves first. As a
Yes.
student, we have to learn, teach ourselves to be a student. That is the first thing to become a teacher, isn't it? Even Dr. Abdul Kalam would say that always he was a student forever. Absolutely. So I think with this, I think we covered our today's topic that where we wanted to understand what is dharma and what is our swadharma, and I think upholding our yes, I think Ramji also has given a thumbs up. So has Tanviji. They had raised the question today. So similar, maybe for next week we can just think about it and we can try to revisit it in the next Saturday. And this is the beauty of the Gita, which will accompany us. They say carry the Gita once. Gita will carry you in life after that. Just have to take that scripture with us once. It will take over control and take care of our entire life journey.
And please
Yes.
share the shlokas which will be
Yes, sir.
relevant to what we discussed today. It will be nice to
Rahulji
do
is
a
giving
revision.
me good homework. He is the one who initiated this Gita Manan session also. But I think it is worth it because I am also getting a nice chance to study the Gita, and these are very interesting insights, everyone. Yes, sir. Surely,
Sir,
sir.
can I share 2, 3 things?
Yes, sir.
Through,
Of
through
course, sir.
the through the discussion today, while
Yes, sir.
going through, you talked about
Yes, just one moment, sir. Just
yeah,
before Dr. Nandakishore, if you are having time, and I'm not giving homework, but I'm just saying if you feel like you can also share your insights,
yeah.
it will be very useful because we have around more than 200 people in the group. Each person, if they wish to share some point, it will be something which will be very useful for just logically also it could be useful. Like one answer can have so many answers for others. So please do that. Pallavi ji is going to listen to the audio and video afterwards. She will also give her summary later on. So we will have a very rich week where we'll have delicacies from everybody. Yes, please.
So you
Yes, sir.
talked about a madman typing in the morning on X, and then the whole
Yeah,
market
yeah.
responding to it. So I think
Yes.
one of the way to deal with it is we have to remember, just like eternity, markets are eternal. That person who is
Hmm.
typing is not eternal.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so like, as long as you are a long-term player, it really doesn't matter. Don't look at these
Absolutely.
numbers.
Ji,
Second
sir.
thing you said, like, why does a God have one hand like this and other hand as a weapon? So this Ramayana, there is a slok, Bhaya bina hoye na priti. So normally God will be always kind as long as you follow the dharma. But if you go
Yeah.
the dharma, then he is going to not be shy of using the weapon.
Ji, sir. Ji, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Nandakishore ji. Yes, I think if nobody wishes to add anything, we can conclude our session. If uh,
Shishruti,
yes.
I have segregated some of the verses which are related to Swadharma. So
Great.
I can share it
Share
on the
it. Oh,
group,
thank
and
you.
if there are more, then
Rahulji,
you
if,
can add.
if Tanviji does that work, is that okay?
See,
Yes, sir.
Krishna does all your work, Sushruti. We see that. We know that now.
Lucky. Thank you.
You,
Tanviji
you,
is doing it,
you've, up,
definitely.
you've
Thank you.
upward dedicated it beautifully.
See, carry on.
Hari Om.
Namaskar. Yes, yes. I think if nobody wishes to add anything, we conclude with the Shanti mantra. Yes, please.
Uh,
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 yes, see.
I would like to add something that I mean suggestion that today just now Madam has said that about the responsibility towards husband and daughter, child and all. I feel that is my suggestion. We should say that in my point of view, my children used to say that don't go there, don't go here and all. You are going to be you have to take care of my family when you won't be bored and all when you go. Matlab ki when you are so I feel that. Uh, Children
Yeah,
should be brought up with the thought that you have to be responsible for your own family.
yeah. Okay, yes, see. Means each
Because
one has to have like
I sacrificed my own career to become my children. So when I create that story to my children, so when after they grew up, I started
yeah.
working in a school and I joined a school.
Okay,
So
okay,
I
okay.
always bring my children up saying that since I can sacrifice only for your growth, for your growing,
Sure.
taking you up and all, taking care of, you should sacrifice
Okay.
you must not depend on your
Yeah.
parents and all. So
Yes,
you have
yes.
to plan accordingly.
They have to understand that responsibility. They can't outsource parenting because a lot of
Huh.
time, like my friend's mother was also telling me, all the children suddenly start doing stuti of their mother. You are
Ah.
so good and everything because they want basically, there's a lighter note, people call it Indian Amma service, where it's a new type of IAS which is very
Hmm.
dominant in foreign countries. But I think that is fine. Everybody will have to do their duties at that moment. So all said and done, whatever comes to us, I think everybody must uphold the responsibilities also.
Yes.
Children also must learn to, but we cannot fully say for every circumstance because everyone's
Yeah.
is a
Yes.
unique case as well. So yes, thank you, Maji, for thank you for sharing that. Yes, please. So I think with this we conclude with the Shanti mantra. Hari Om. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् हरि ओम् तत्सत् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं पुनर्मिलामः next Saturday looking forward you can share what you wish to cover in the next Saturday also during the course of the week we can look at it yes please namaskar
Hari
पुनर्मिलामः
Om.
thank you ji
Hari Om.
Hari Om
Thank you.
Hari Om thank you
Namaskar.
ji
Namaskar.
namaskaram a
Hari.
happy weekend Hari Om ji
You.
Thank you.
namaskar
Thank you. Namaste.
thank you